When will we see Kenny Pickett start or at least get some snaps in a regular season game? Do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers are treating Kenny Pickett like a new sports car that you keep in the garage until a sunny day comes along? And is that sunny day when the Steelers have an offensive line that can protect Kenny Pickett? In the meantime, is Mitch Trubisky being treated like a reliable daily driver? We will get into that soon, but I first want to talk about something that I found very interesting in this last game. Is it possible that in the game against the Cleveland Browns that Mitch Trubisky did something that hasn't been done since 2015 by a Steelers quarterback? Later on in the broadcast, we will get back to Kenny Pickett, but first I want to address this Mitch Trubisky accomplishment. Now, this is according to ESPN's Brooke Pryor via Twitter using ESPN stats. Mitch Trubisky went 7 of 8 for a total of 108 yards from outside of the pocket in the first half of the game against the Cleveland Browns. And inside the pocket, Mitch went 2 of 5 for 1 single yard. The 108 yards completed from outside of the pocket are the most by a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback in a game since 2015. Were these plays that were given to Mitch by coaches, or was this a glimpse into Mitch calling his own plays and getting creative? Now look, mobility is nothing new to Mitch Trubisky. This was one of the same things that we saw when Mitch Trubisky played on the Chicago Bears. He did well on the move and outside of the pocket and used his legs to run down the field to gain yardage. Is it possible that being in the pocket is making it difficult for him to see his targets? Mitch looked good outside of the pocket in the first half and kind of looked uncomfortable in the pocket. Improvising and making plays on the fly is what wowed us with Ben Roethlisberger in his early career. He was less tame and unpredictable, and that is what caught the defense off guard. Now, Chase Claypool even complimented Trubisky's performance after the game on Thursday. He said this, "My confidence in him has always been at its highest. He threw a ball downfield and he was putting the ball where it needed to be. I do not remember a time when he made an inaccurate pass, so he did his job." Is Mitch Trubisky still being limited on what he is allowed to do? He led us to believe this last week before Thursday night's game. Is it possible that he was given more leeway in the first half of the game against the Browns when the Steelers were ahead? And then in the second half of the game, the training wheels were put back on to play it safe and keep the low-scoring game going. Who is really making these decisions? Because it is just not working. As a whole, the Pittsburgh Steelers need a lot of things on both offense and defense. Now let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation and changing quarterbacks for Kenny Pickett to start. Now, Coach Tomlin seems like he's getting tired of being asked about this, and in a recent press conference, when asked about that very question, Coach Tomlin said this.
I'm not in that mindset. I'm interested in reviewing this tape and looking at the totality of it and figuring out how we collectively get better. So the answer to that question is definitively no.
So what would it take for the Pittsburgh Steelers to start Kenny Pickett right now? Right now, Kenny Pickett dresses for the game and sits on the bench just in case there is an injury with the Steelers starting quarterback. It's as simple as that. For Kenny Pickett to get a real start right now, the only way is if the starting quarterback is injured and unable to play or on the injured reserve list. I don't see any other scenario right now where the Steelers would move Kenny Pickett to the QB1 spot. The Pittsburgh Steelers have far too many problems to work through that go beyond Mitch Trubisky, who is not the only work in progress. Yes, he needs to improve as well. Football is a team sport, and the rest of the team on both offense and defense need to get it together before ever considering changing quarterbacks. If the rest of the team is playing up to an optimal level and Mitch is not delivering, then I think a change would happen. It's not a smart move to put a rookie quarterback in a game with a still developing offensive line. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won 6 Super Bowls for a reason. They do things differently than other NFL teams. They are patient and are working on another championship team right now. The years of team building are tough, but will pay off at some point. When do you think we will see Kenny Pickett in a game? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching Steel City News. Remember to subscribe, like the post, comment, and of course, hit that bell. Thanks for watching.